Here we are back at it. Let's take this all in for a second. Yes, it's pretty scary. Not a huge fan of doing this kind of stuff, but in the end you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. This video is about my setup, some tips and pointers on doing this if you're ever gonna be stupid like me. Or if you ever have to, I guess. In which case you'd be smart. So here's my setup. Rigging the chain hoist up to the trolley. That all makes sense. Down here, there's a hook on there. Hook over there. I had originally tried to use 2 straps, one on each, but that will not hold. Making a sharp bend like I'm doing now is not necessarily the coolest thing because it kind of puts a strain on that one spot, and that's going to be your failure point. But you can see there, we're rated up to 6,400 pounds. So those bends, sharp bends, would cut that in half, so 3,200 pounds each. But we have that times 2, so we're back to that number. You want to be careful. I was thinking about this, you don't want to max out your rigging gear because that's for a static load. If it's rated for 1 ton, 2,000 pounds, and you lift 2,000 pounds, that's great. If there's any kind of shock movement, you're almost doubling that weight. At least that's the safe engineering estimate, that you're doubling that weight. So you're going to see double that, 4,000 pounds on your 2,000 pound equipment. And if it's not rated for that, it's no good. So always want to do overkill with your rigging gear for safety. I built this crane to be overkill because I knew I would be moving this, and that, like, rolling over the little strip of grass out there, things are kind of going to get a little shaky. And that's going to put some extra strain other than the actual weight of the car. So that's why I over-engineered this whole project, specifically the crane. This rope here is to keep the car centered between the vertical beams, and then this strap, and there's one on the other side, is to keep the vertical beams in line with the vehicle. They don't really work that great. Ideally there'd be like another something out here to connect to keep that straight. So I have to keep inching it forward and readjusting, and inching forward and readjusting. And it's not the best because I have to do it from the tractor back there. I'll show you that in a second. Like I said, this is sloped downhill. So if I don't have it strapped up tight to the tractor, it wants to roll a little bit. So I'm trying to adjust for that and give it less strap length on the back end so that when I push it, it only goes as far as I push it. I don't want to knock this engine over and then have to spend another $1,000 on a whole new engine because I broke this one. Or, that's worst case scenario. Best case scenario, I have to buy like a new exhaust header. I did forget that under the car, this piece of exhaust right here is going to be a nightmare to put back in. So I might go ahead and put that on before I continue moving anything. I'll show you my tractor setup here. That's how I got the straps going through there, or one strap, through the tow hitch and back up around. And then it's tied onto this beam right here. Chafe protection, old foot pads make excellent chafe protection. You saw that on the front, the carpeted one. Yes, I was having a problem where I would push it a little bit and then it would start rolling on its own. So I'd have to stop, but it would still go like, that far out. And that's not good, especially once I get really close to the engine. then I'm at a point where, you know, I'm lowering the car down, but I need a hair more. I need one little hair more forward, and then, you know, if it goes a bit too far, it's gonna start knocking stuff off and breaking things. So what I've decided to do is put the parking brake on, and the parking brake works on the rear tires, which is a fantastic idea because this way it will only go as far as I push it. I'm sure you've, in your own vehicle, have put the parking brake on sometimes and then forgotten and tried to drive away and be like, why is my car so slow? It's because your parking brake is on. So then you turn that off and it goes normal speed. So this way, I'm not overly stressing the parking brake. It's, you know, designed to handle being an idiot and driving with it. So if I'm just inching this forward, if I stopped to inch it forward, you know, it's not going to go any further than I push it. So that's what I'm doing here. Obviously I'm going to have to lower that bucket. Hopefully I remember so I don't mess up my garage. Kind of a tight tolerance there because, you know, it's close to the vehicle. I should be able to clear if I put it down, hopefully. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm going to have to, God, I don't know. Maybe pull the car back out and then drop the engine here and do it outside. My life. Yeah, so that's it for now. If anything else exciting comes up, I'll be sure to tune back in and make another video. Hope you guys found this informative. Hope you guys have an outstanding day. Let's take one last look at this glorious stupidity I'm up to. I'm out.